So if you're wondering what's the difference between the Acer Aspire 1 and the Acer Aspire 3 or the Acer Aspire 5, let me explain. So the Acer Aspire 1 is going to be the most value of all three of these Acer laptops. But they're all coming with pretty much very similar screens at 15.6 inches full 1080p. Similarities don't stop there. They basically all come with the same keyboards. So if you look here, the keyboard on the Acer Aspire 1 looks like this. If I open up my 3, it also looks just like that. And if I open up my 5, it also looks just like that. So pretty similar there. But the differences really lie in what the components do and how the combination of those components work. So I'm going to open up my 5, and I can open up all the way. That means I can make it totally flat. Here on the 3 or the 1, they only go about this amount of opening, which is about 130 or 140 degrees. They also come with the elevated design. So how this works is that if you're looking at the hinge here, it actually raises as you go up. So it'll actually raise, and as you go down, it'll actually go flatter. Now, I'm not going to spend too much on the Acer Aspire 5 because the Acer Aspire 5 will come with the most RAM, usually the most powerful. The differences will also come on the 3. It's coming with the DDR5 RAM versus the DDR4. So this 3 is going to have a faster RAM. And that means it's going to be able to handle multiple processes easier and faster. It's also coming with HDMI 2.1 versus 2.0, which means you're going to have better control and faster data transmission for video if you're connecting it to, let's say, a monitor or some type of projector. If you want better voice, the 3 is going to have better voice because it comes with the Acer PurifiedVoice, which just means it has some type of digital accelerometer separating what it's listening to and your voice. But overall use, where does the most big differences lie? It's going to be just in which one is actually going to have the better screen, how much battery life. Battery life is also going to be pretty similar. So let me turn on both. So this is our lock screen here, and this is our lock screen here. You notice that both are going to look pretty similar in terms of the screen quality. But if you're looking at battery life, also pretty similar. But if you're looking at performance, you'll notice that the 3 is going to be a substantial improvement over the 1 in terms of productivity. You're going to be able to handle more processes faster. It's going to be able to run more games than the 1. The Acer Aspire 1 is really for productivity. It is really for schoolwork. It is really for using it for Google Sheets, similar to you would do with a Chromebook. That is the big difference here. The Acer Aspire 1 is really for school or work. If you're using it for gaming, I would say this is not the one for gaming. The Acer Aspire 3, also more for light gaming. The Acer Aspire 5 can definitely handle more of those processes. It can definitely handle even up to pretty much anything for Word. And you can do some light Adobe Creative Cloud processes on it. But none of these devices are necessarily going to be the most powerful. But if you're looking for really good value, I think the build quality is here. They're easy to use. They're easy to set up. And if I was to give my 7-year-old niece a laptop, the Acer Aspire 1 will be a great choice for her. But if I'm going for someone who might be in high school or you're using it for work, just to browse the web, to answer your emails, the Acer Aspire 3 is also going to be great for that because it has a big screen and it's lightweight. And if you want to even go one step further, you could always go to the 5. The 5 is also a great value. I've had mine for over 18 months and I have upgraded the RAM. And I'll catch you next time. This is David with the French Glow signing off. Bye, bye, bye.